Graph the polynomial function. In this example, we have a polynomial that's written in its factored form. And when the polynomial is factored, it's much easier to find the zeros and the x-intercepts. To find both the x-intercepts and the zeros, we're going to be plugging in 0 for y and solving for x. And since this polynomial is factored, it's easier to see that x is equal to 4 will solve this equation, and therefore x is equal to 4 is a 0. X is equal to -2 will solve this equation and therefore be a 0 of the polynomial function. But notice that this -3 on the front is not going to yield a 0. We do not get a 0 or an x-intercept from a constant multiplier. This is actually going to correspond to a vertical stretch and a vertical flip. A constant multiplier is going to stretch the graph out, or perhaps compress it, but it does not give us an x-intercept. So in this example, we only have 2 zeros, and this third row is not necessary. Now to determine the multiplicity of each 0, we look at the power on the factor that generated it. X is equal to 4 was generated by this factor. Its power is 3, so the multiplicity of that 0 is 3. X is equal to -2 was generated by this factor. Its power is +2, so the multiplicity of that 0 is +2. Each of these zeros can be turned into an x-intercept by making them into ordered pairs. At this ordered pair, we're going to cross the x-axis because the multiplicity was odd. At this ordered pair, we're going to touch the x-axis and turn around because the multiplicity was even. Now let's plot our x-intercepts on the Cartesian plane, 4, 0, and -2, 0. This time we do need to calculate the y-intercept, and we do that by plugging in 0 for x. The equation was -3 times plugging in 0 for x minus 4 quantity cubed, plug in 0 for x, plus 2 quantity squared. -4 quantity cubed is -64. 2 squared is +4, and g evaluated at 0 turns out to be +768. So our y-intercept is going to be the ordered pair 0, 768. To determine the end behavior of the graph, we need to see the degree of the polynomial. And the degree of the polynomial is determined by adding the factors on the powers of x. So 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. This is a 5th degree polynomial. A constant multiplier does not contribute to the degree. We're only adding the powers on the factors that contain an x. So we have a degree 5 polynomial, and once this is all multiplied out, that leading term is going to be -3 times x to the 5th, plus the rest of the terms would need to be calculated. We need that leading term, though, because it's important to notice that the leading coefficient is negative. When we come back down here to our summary, we see that if the degree of the polynomial is odd and the leading coefficient is negative, then the end behavior is going to be such that the tails go up to the left and down to the right. So this is the scenario that we're working with. So our end behavior is up to the left and down to the right, meaning that we're going to begin our graph up here in the second quadrant. The first ordered pair that we approach is -2, and when we get there, we're going to touch the x-axis and turn around. So starting up in the second quadrant, we're going to bounce off the x-axis at the x-intercept, -2. Now this time we know that the y-intercept is somewhere way up here at 0, 768. Now only after looking at my calculator was I able to determine that the graph maxes out on the right side of the y-axis. But again, our focus is what's happening on and around the x-axis. So we come down here and approach the second x-intercept, and from our table we can see that we're going to cross when we get there. So we cross the x-axis at this x-intercept. Now this is quite a rough sketch, but our focus is getting the end behavior in the correct quadrant, so we're up to the left and down to the right, which is what we were expecting by the degree and the fact that the leading coefficient was negative. We have correctly touched at one x-intercept and crossed at the other, and identified the y-intercept, which was our focus for this basic sketch of the function.